The mighty dingo. Doing dingo things. What you doing, girl? Are you eating poop? Were you just eating poop? Come here. Come. Yeah. He's a weirdo, alright. Hello, everybody. Couch here. I'm sitting outside here smoking a bowl of some tobacco that I used to smoke all the time when it was available. It was originally named Blue Mountain pipe tobacco by McClelland, and I highly doubt this is going to work because it's a shiny thing. Maybe it's focusing, but I bought this when I was in Pittsburgh still, and the date is from 2013. Hopefully that shows up. And it's from one of my favorite shops that's since closed, named Maduro, which I believe I mentioned before in a previous video. Was owned by a friend of mine, a young woman who had a beautiful black male pit bull. Would go to work with her every day. But this is, when I first started smoking, I pretty much smoked English tobaccos, because that's what was suggested to me, and that's what I liked. Well, I liked it. I used to smoke a lot of 965, standard mixture from Dunhill, some Cornell and Deal stuff. But this was my special tobacco. And a lot like I used to do with cigars on Fridays. I would have a certain cigar I would smoke to celebrate another week of sobriety. I would smoke this over the weekend to celebrate, along with Esoterica blends. I can actually get them there. I used to get some Esoterica blends at Maduro in a place called Allegheny Smokeworks. But I've had this tin since 2013, 2014. And never thought McClelland would go away. But I was smart enough to buy a bunch of McClelland stuff before they decided to close the books. I have about 4 or 5 more tins of this, so I think this will be another tin will open up next year, provided I'm still around. Really good. It's sharp. You know, it's not smooth, but that's not a bad thing. There's sweetness from some of the Virginias in here. But if you look at it, and I'll try to do this without spilling, or get a picture of it later. Yeah, I spilled it, of course. That looks like a lot of Latakia. But I didn't spill too much. But I wouldn't call this a Latakia bomb, which is good. I used to smoke a lot of Latakia bombs when I first started, probably because of the sensory overload, like Pirate Cake from Cornell and Deal. I would just smoke that stuff straight. I loved it. You get that deep cocoa campfire thing going on. I used to drive to work and smoke a pipe in Pittsburgh, and that was one of the ones I smoked, or Star of the East. This is completely different. This is the McClelland way. I don't smell that vinegar stuff that they used to put on to case it. I taste the Latakia, obviously, but there's a subtle sweetness from the Virginias. I don't notice any sours from any of the Elvis throwing a ball. Sorry, I got distracted. I saw a squirrel or an ova. I don't taste any Oriental in here. I mean, I can't read this even though I have 20/20. Just the color on it. The blue with the gold, brown, copper. You can't read it. Maybe I'm colorblind. Well, maybe I can read it. It says, rich with the finest mountain latakia. A classic fall Balkan pipe tobacco mixture. Smooth and deeply fragrant. I'm really having a hard time reading this. The inspiration for this elegant mixture was in a 21-year-old tin of the legendary 759. And I don't know what the 759 was. I'm sure some of you in the comments can tell me what 759 was. There she is. Ilva's got a ball and she's happy. She needs to get her hair cut. You need to get her hair did. She's starting to shed. And that's pissing off beautiful girlfriend. Even though Ilva and I mostly stay downstairs in the basement because that's where guys like I belong. And I can easily clean up her fur down there. That's where my office is. Somehow some of the fur is making its way upstairs. And just making her angry. So I gotta get Ilva's hair cut. Usually get it cut every 3 months. Anyway. I just checked the Ohio State score. They're losing to Northwestern. Which Northwestern is a good team and they have a great coach. But this is gonna just cause a lot of fodder for the Indiana fans who should have been in this championship. Big Ten changed the rules due to COVID that you had to play 6 games to play in the championship, and Ohio State only played 5, and they struggled against Indiana, and Indiana's played 6 or 7 games. And I'm a big Ohio State fan, but the Big Ten changed the rules so Ohio State could possibly go to the playoffs, and they're not going to go if they lose this game. Even if they win this game at this point, they're not going to go. They don't deserve it. I won't put it that way. No, they don't deserve to go. And that's okay. This year, I haven't been able to get into college football. Mostly because of the delayed schedule. And mostly because there's more important things to think about right now. Like loved ones and people I can't see. Friends of mine dying from COVID. More important things. But Ohio State's going to lose. Which is okay. They don't do that often. They just do it when they're not supposed to. But I really like this tobacco. Brings back good memories. I used to, where I lived in Pittsburgh, I rented a dilapidated house in hopes to maybe buying it and fixing it up and living there and having a beautiful girlfriend move down there. And I'd have campfires almost every day. There's a tree that I had taken down when I moved in that was seasoned already. We'd have fires and I would smoke this amongst other things, like other blends, not things, and cigars, and this was one of them. It's just a wonderful blend, and I'm sad to see that it's gone. But as Mike has mentioned before in the past, blends come and go. And we're still lucky enough to have other blends out there and companies that produce tobacco for us. And I'm fortunate that I have enough tins. I actually found a tin of this stuff down in Atlanta a couple Octobers ago. I had to go down there for work. And they have a couple of really nice cigar shops down there. But there was a small one And they had a single tin of this stuff. It's expensive. It's probably like $20. But where am I gonna find it again? So I bought it. Used to buy this stuff for $10 a tin. Really good. But Ilva's outside in her environment. She's eating her late lunch. She's not a normal dog. She doesn't wolf down her food. She eats it slowly and delicately like a flower. A flower that needs cheddar cheese on her food for her to eat it. But she's over there right now. I'll try to get a little bit of a picture of her or something later. But last but not least, I want to thank our friend Mike Cainrod Piper. He had me on one of his Friday chats last night, and it was a good time. If you can't tell, I really like Mike. He's been a good friend that I've never met in person for years. I've sent him pipes for, I had sent one pipe, custom built. Somebody smoked some funky stuff in it. That Lakeland crap. And retorted that for me. And then, of course, the classic 173. He made a nice stem, beautiful stem for me. He's been a good friend. I just got a Christmas card from him. It was nice to see this morning. But he had me on and brought me a little bit more into the YouTube community, which is pretty cool. Then one more last thing. I'm going to start uploading these to another site called Rumble. And I'll try to insert this into, as Matches would say, the bucket down below. The URL for that. I want to get on Rumble. I think that's the next thing. YouTube has been nice enough to censor a lot of things for us, but they've been nice enough to allow us to have videos for pipe smoking. But I think it's time to start another channel on another site, just in case they change their mind on a whim. Anyway, everyone, you have a good one. Peace out.